So this video, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. It's been a while since my last Bitcoin update, so this video is going to just update, what should you expect? Are we going up? Are we going down? How should you trade Bitcoin heading into the next few days? And so if you want to find out, stick around to the end. So to kick things off, first thing that I want to discuss is usually speaking, on most weeks, the high of the week tends to come before Wednesday or on Wednesday. Today is indeed Wednesday, so I am expecting this to be the high of the week. Now, I am not saying that we are not going to revisit this area, because right now this high looks very juicy to, for a liquidity purge. However, as of right now, I do believe that following the Wednesday, the Wednesday high of the week and the midweek reversal theory, I'd say we're probably going down from here. Now, exactly to where we are going down, the first area that you're going to want to watch is this zone right here. That is the first zone that you're going to want to watch, because if you zoom out to the 4 hourly, you can see how much of a clear zone of demand this is, right? This is what you call a bullish order block. So in the event that you do return back to here, this is going to prove to be a solid area of value for you to get into Bitcoin. And it just so happens that there is indeed a POC over here, which means you're probably going to find some support at this level right here. I'm going to mark it down. That is 42,800. So for now, I'm still expecting to get back to this level, right? And I know last week's video suggested that this was a level 1 formation, that's a level 2 formation, and this is the level 3. So by right, you should be going back down. However, things don't tend to play out according to plan sometimes. So we have just formed another zone of demand over here. And if you do lose this zone right here, then I'm fully expecting 39k300. But for now though, I think that the entry is going to be closer to short because, well, I've just given you my reasons. And if you go back onto the 4 hourly, that would make sense. In the event that you do come back here, that's going to give you a very solid area of value. You're going to retest this trend line, and then, you're going to target the next range high. Something like that is going to happen, and, I'm fully expecting that to happen. So, just another bit of confirmation. Let's bring up the mean reversion channels, and it just so happens that we are sitting right on resistance in terms of mean reversion. So if you were to come back down to here, that would make sense for Bitcoin to find some support to go target by this point, right? The mean reversion is probably going to hit here, and then when you hit 47k to 48k, in this instance, I am expecting at least 48, because right here you can see that there are some poor highs over here, and basically what I mean by that is there is liquidity stuck on top of there, right? So let me zoom in. So basically how the market makers like to do things is whenever you get a poorly formed high such as this, you wick above it, because people are going to be looking at this level and they're going to be thinking, oh, buy the breakout, it's going to break out. So that's where you get long. And what happens is, disregard the mean reversion, but always what happens is retail gets trapped into thinking that, it's going to break out, it's going to go higher and higher. So that's when they trap you, right? They reverse it immediately. So now that those people who longed here either have to add to the position or they just have to get stopped out. So that's what I mean by trapping buyers. So same thing for this one. I think we just had this candle just now, right? So notice how previously you have this high over here, you wick above it, right? People think it's breaking out, reverse it, take out the liquidity here, and then reverse it again. So this is just classic liquidity, games that the market makers like to play. And so for the moment, I do think we're going to continue going downwards, because there is some liquidity over here. It just so happens that there is a POC over there, but either way, I'm expecting at least 42,800. We might not get there. The confirmation that we will get there is if you break below 43,700. So once you break below that, I'm pretty sure you're going to get there, right? And ideally, you want to pick up some Bitcoin between 42,800, 42,600, and 42,300, right? Those are the areas where you have POC support, right? That's a POC right there. That's a session POC. Just so happens to have some kind of, oh, wow. Okay, so this actually lines up, right, perfectly, right? The mean for this entire move here actually lines up perfectly right there. So yeah, that's just another form of confluence on the mean reversion channel. Of course, I'm not basing my analysis right from there, usually just using it for secondary confirmation. So, there is another scenario that could happen as well, which is there is prime liquidity right here at 41,100. So assuming that this level doesn't hold, right, when it comes back to down to this level, right, here's what I'll do. I'll put a long and I'll target the next zone of demand, right? At the moment, this looks like it could be it, right? If you start falling straight down right here, then this is going to be your next zone of demand. So I'll place my TP at the zone of demand, and I'm probably going to place my stop loss below a POC. So something like that. So that's how I'm going to take advantage of this, right? I'm not expecting this to be the bottom and then, you're just going to reverse and, you're just going to pump to the moon. That's not what I'm expecting. I'm just coming in here for quick scalps, right? This is a scalp for all intensive purposes. And I know 2.42% does not seem like much, but this trade has a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That is always how you want to be calculating things. And I just wanted to notify you that I have recently started work on a series where I share everything there is to know about my trading methodology and how I achieve 80% win rate on most days. So it is going to be a very in-depth video. There is not much fluff. There is a lot of value. So if you're interested, I'm going to link it on the top right hand corner. It is a live stream, and I advise you to pick up a notebook, right? There's a lot to learn, and if you like the video, let me know. If you like this video, right? It's a small gesture, but it really helps a lot. So back to what I was saying. If we get back here, right, I'm going to look for a long somewhere about there. Currently, I believe I am net short. Okay, I am net short. If I'm wrong, then so be it. But at the moment, I'm going to play by the knowledge that I know, where midweek reversal tends to happen on a Wednesday, where by the high of the week tends to come on Wednesday or before Wednesday. So going with that theory, it just so happens that mean reversion tends to add up. I'm just going to go with this theory right here. So if you even wanted to short, you could, right, place a short there, stop above the POC and target there, right? I do not recommend this one because the stop is really narrow. But if you wanted to, you could. This is even better. This is even better of a trade compared to this one, where it only has 2 risk to reward ratio. This is a 3.86R if it works out. So currently that is the plan for Bitcoin, and I'll give you like one step ahead as well, right? I would place a long over here as well, right? At 41,600, give or take. Stop beneath the lows, right? You could even put your stop like just a tiny bit lower, right? A 2% stop, because as of this moment, if you take a trade here, even though there is POC support, you do have liquidity on both sides over here as well. So in the event that things are volatile, you're going to get stopped out if you put your stop just right underneath the POC. Of course, this is going to give you an amazing risk to reward ratio. I'm talking like 14, right? So if you take this trade, same thing, take your profit at the next zone of demand, wherever that will be. If you want to find out exactly where that zone of demand is going to be, because I'm not going to be making another video on Bitcoin until next week. If you want to figure that out, follow me on Twitter at _theartofcrypto. I tend to do quick updates on Twitter, even if I miss being able to do it on YouTube. So check that one out. But currently I'm laying out the plan for you guys. This is what to expect. Before we go though, if you want to, catch up with all of my trades that I'm calling, as well as take advantage of the trading course that is in the private Discord group, which currently I am in the process of revamping, check out the private Discord group. Currently, monthly subscriptions are open. I think 40 spots have already been taken up, so there's 60 more left. If you just want to try it out for a month, you absolutely could. Once it fills up, you're going to have to wait for somebody to leave before you get in. So link will be in the description below. We're making money pretty much every single day, so this is probably going to pay itself off pretty quickly. So check it out. If you're not interested, so be it. If you are, check it out. For now though, I hope I have given you guys everything there is to expect. And oh, actually, one last part, just one tiny part, right? If you break above this high right here, you could take advantage of a very tiny liquidity hunt, right? Although I will not suggest it for a couple of reasons. If you zoom out all the way, you can see that there is a void of liquidity, a void of volume in between these two gaps. You could even argue that right now, you have already broken past most of the resistance. And right now you're sitting at this area where there is void of volume. So it would make sense to think that right now you're finding support here, and then you're going to pump right all the way above here, right? That would be the logical explanation. But here's the thing. I believe that the next time we tap into this zone of supply over here, you are really going to make a push for 48,000. So if you wanted to, right, if you want to take a short, right, I would place it right about 45,500 with a stop loss. Let me see if there is a POC I can take advantage of. Right, so there, that's your POC right there. I'll place it above the POC at 46,500. And for my take profit, I'm going to take profit at the next, bullish order block or, a previous low, right? So I don't recommend it. So if you do take this trade, go half risk. Instead of 1% as you used to, go like 0.5% risk. But it should be just a short-lived, rejection or a down move. I don't think it's going to go all the way down. So when you get to here, it's going to get rejected for just a couple percentage points. And then you're going to make a push for 48k. So this is where I will pick up the short, right? The major short, targeting like something like this, right? This is the big short, basically. And I'll place it above that VPV right there. So 49,500. I'll be shorting around 48,000. And my target is going to be at least 41,100. Now, this is just classic market maker liquidity games, okay? What will likely happen is, assuming this is level 1, this is level 2, so this will be level 3. So assuming that is the case, you are going to range around this area for a couple of weeks before you really start to reverse, right? So just laying out the expectation for you guys. And just one more thing, if you do come back down, if you do get rejected here, come back down here, assuming that you pump straight up right now, assuming that I'm totally wrong with my analysis and it doesn't actually go down, then once you get rejected, you come back down here, that's going to be your area of value, right? This is where you enter long, targeting there, and then that's where you flip short, targeting, just a slight rejection, right? Before the big push. Oh wait, no, this 48k. Yeah, so something like that, right? Of course, you are very likely, once you do come up here, right, you're gonna range around, right? Before final hunt of liquidity, come back here, trap both sides, and then something like that. That's what I'm expecting, all right? So hopefully I've laid out everything there is to know. If you've watched until this point so far in the video, it would help me so much if you could just comment down in the comment section, level 3, right? Level 3, because, that's the name of this formation. It's a level 3 formation. So you don't have to do it, but if you do, I would be immensely grateful. And for now, may the gains be with you, my friend, and